Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at Gridiron Studios Ground Pounder. I'm just going to say that maybe there should have been a better name besides Ground Pounder. But, I mean, it does make sense. I think you guys can put two and two together. Anyway, we're going to take a look at this. We're going to see how it fits on the Stinger. We're going to see the weapons that you can put on this. The two that I already have sitting in here. I'm also going to see if I can put this on a vamp, which I haven't seen anyone else do, but I'm going to see if it's possible to put it on a vamp. And if it is, we're going to do so. I'm going to show you everything. And then I'll come back with another video and actually show you the howitzer and go over the details of the howitzer, how it goes on, how it looks, and we'll go from there. But while we're looking at this, you can see it has the black wheels, the big wheels. This really makes this thing look different. It makes it into an APC. So anyway, let's get into this because I know a lot of you guys are excited to find out about this and how it works. So let's get right into it. But before we do, please take a second. If you like this type of stuff, you like Gridiron stuff, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Gridiron video. Let's go. Alright, so I got everything here. We're going to quickly take a look at how everything comes. So the first thing you're going to have is the supports. Now, these do not move up and down. They're going to slot in either right down here. They're going to slot down, or you can lift them up and then put them up. So you're not going to be able to switch them around, but you will be able to maybe do some cool shots where they're actually taking them out and moving them around. But the detail on this, again, looks pretty good. That's choppier than a lot of the stuff that you see, but this is a big piece. But I'm not used to them having it being that choppy. You got your little paint right here, a detail all the way through it. Here's a few more rivets that are painted. Man, that's rough, man. I'm not gonna lie. Paint looks really good here where it's gonna connect down, but that's a little disappointing. I wonder. Yeah, this one's the same way. So they're both the same. This is clearly on the bed. Now, if you've ever done 3D printing, you know that there's got to be some sort of supports. And unfortunately, it doesn't look that great. But that's going to be on the bottom, or it's going to be hidden. So I guess you can get away with it because it is hidden behind it. But anyway, the detail on it looks pretty good. It does look like it's going to have some hydraulics. So technically it is supposed to move up on its own. You just unfortunately can't. Alright, here we have the inside of it. And this is going to plug right into it. And what you have is some Gridiron computers. And these do pop down. And you can, well, actually they pop up. It actually goes like this. So they pop up. Alright, but there you can see there's two different decals on it. So it does look cool. I like the brightness. It does pop. Then you have your computers that are sitting right there. And then again, some detail right there. And then on the bottom, you're going to see a few more things. So they did put a lot of detail into this. The back of this, you're not going to see. And this really makes me wonder if it's possible to be used on a vamp. Alright, so looking at the actual ground pounder. Sorry, I think something makes me laugh. So raise this. Oops. This thing's going to be very large. So, here you have the tail lights. They're painted pretty nicely. They're darker in the middle, but a lot of real tail lights can look like that. But that was one of the first things that someone had noticed. You still have your trailer hitch, so you can tow your MMS. You have your rugged Gridiron. You got your paint through it. It's got a lot of specs. I mean, can I wipe that off? I think I can wipe that off. It's really all over. Not as sharp as a lot of the other stuff that I've seen them do. I mean, there's a lot of... Unfortunately, I mean, you can't overlook this. It's beat up over here. I mean, I know what they're going for, and the design is really nice, but I definitely see a lot of flaws, which is something I'm not used to with Gridiron stuff. All right, so this thing is going to fold down so they can walk up it. Obviously, it's going to collapse, and you got your nice little detail right there. Man, it has all this silver paint. Now, it's just going to wipe right off, but this is not as sharp as most of the stuff we normally see from them. All right, and as we open it up, you can see the nice, what's supposed to be the base here, and then we have two seats that are going to fold down. All right. Now, I think just quickly looking at it, you can kind of figure out how this thing is going to connect onto it. All right, so this lifts up, sets right there. So you can kind of figure out how it's going to connect. Now, I don't think that if we use this, if we pop these down, well, maybe it'll stay up without it. Oh yeah, that stays up. So if you put those down, it will stay in the upright position. Obviously, if you pull back, it'll probably, it doesn't fall that bad. So if you did want to put your can or anything else up there, you could leave it like this, separated from your actual stinger. All right. Pull these off really quick. And what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to pull the vamp up here. And I'm just going to see if we can make this work. Because they try and do things forward thinking. So here's the vamp. All right. Pop off the gun. Take out the jerry cans. Remove the axe. And now we have this that's sitting right in the way. And I believe that this thing is hanging out like that. So we can hang it over. And look at that. It will connect into it. But then the question becomes, where does this go? And that, once you line that up all the way, this piece here will slide into here. So if you only have a vamp, you don't want to get a stinger, you don't mind it being black, but let's be honest, they're going to do the OD green for sure. Now that I'm looking at this, and I haven't watched other reviewers, so I don't know. I don't want to lock this into place just yet. Relock it into that one. It is meant to come off, but as you can see, you can use it with your vamp if you need to, if you want to, or you can just wait. They're gonna come out with one for this. I don't know this for sure, but I just showed you exactly what needs to be done. All right, so this is my buddy's stinger that I have put together. This is my gun up here. Pop this off. Gonna get rid of the spare tire. And all we're gonna do is we're going to remove this piece, which just kind of pops right off. No problems. Now we're gonna take this and plug it into it. And this thing actually plugs in really nice now. Right there is a small hole so that it can kind of just plug right onto it. Then underneath here, that's what fits under the bumper. So you have to remove the lip of the bumper, which is real easy. Just don't put it on. And then this is just going to pop right on like so. And then you don't have, like, I can even lift it here without a problem. But I feel like it should snap in a little bit better. And right now you have a completely different looking, there we go. Now you hear it lock in, and it does look good. And when it hits the right angle, because of the angle of this, it makes the black actually kind of match a little bit better. Now the black's not going to be the same. This is way more shiny and this is a more matte. But you do have all the gray piping through it. Again, I think it matches pretty well. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and this is going to slot right down in here. So there's two little notches right there, and the reason why this isn't on to begin with is if you want to put it on the vamp. Now I haven't heard anything about the vamp yet. I haven't watched any other reviews. But like I said, clearly they're making it for the vamp also. I'm sure in the comments Johnny Reno will confirm or deny that, but why would you do that if it's not, right? Now, that's just the best that it's going to fit. Be very careful because it is 3D printed, and put too much pressure in the wrong spot and it can easily break off. So here we go. You got your computers up, and then what you have here is where your howitzer could go. And like I said, we will come back and do another howitzer video because it is a completely separate piece. But what we have here is obviously the place to put your cannons. Now, I think I can pop that on there if we want it higher. All right, so if you want the auto cannon to be up higher like that, we can place that there. If you want, got your little port right there that plugs in or pushes in, and this thing comes right out. Then we can slide that on just like this. So now it sits a little bit closer to where the people are going to be. And I'm trying to show you guys, again, a very large vehicle. If we flip the computer up, we might have this just kind of in the way. I'm trying to pull how this is going to sit like that. So that's how that looks. So you can leave it there. It definitely does not get in the way. It moves freely across it without a problem. So if you don't want to have that, if you just want to have this bad boy on here, it doesn't look bad at all. You don't need to buy the howitzer if you don't want to, and it can rotate. But if you want to, then you want to make it higher, and you have this. Just going to plug this on here, put it up top. I'm assuming we can probably remove that and make it work. So now what I also have here is this cannon, which was originally bought for the Stinger. And we can slide this right there. It does seem kind of low. And it does seem like it would kind of be in their way. So if it is something that kind of bothers you, you think that they can't really be firing, shooting the javelin rocket, I can understand where you'd want to raise this up. Now I'm not sure how this comes off, but I think we should be able to remove that. Here is the attachment piece. It's an all black one. That comes in really handy. I talked about this in one of the other videos, making sure make sure you have this. So there you go. That pops up there, and I think that actually fits a little bit better. I'd like to remove this. It kind of impedes it, gets in the way. So there you go with that. I'm trying to show you the best way. I move this right here. We can pop this down here. Take a couple Cobra Troopers, and they can fit in here, and they can shoot out. because you do want your troopers to be able to fire at the bad guys, or shall I say the good guys. I know this video is kind of dragging on. So that looks good. Fold this up and it pops down. All right. Oops. And of course, let's say you have very important cargo, like a commander. He can, well, not really sit. If I remove the backpack, I mean, his legs are too big. This is way too low in my personal opinion. Even if we bend the knees elsewhere. But I guess you could have him kind of kicking out like this. But let's be honest, he's going to be in the HISS tank anyway. But now you can somewhat protect him like this. Alright. Tops off. All in all, pretty cool. Makes this thing look way different. Let's get this guy out of here. Close the computer. We'll be taking some shots in a few minutes. But there you go. That is your ground pounder. And looking at it from the front here, you can see exactly how it looks. I don't think the plastic, the 3D print looks bad. The color, again, a little bit different. There obviously is a little seam there. That's to be expected. But if you need an APC, you're willing to spend a little bit of extra money, you want to take your Stinger, make it into a $200 vehicle, here's your option. It's right here for you. Then we take these pieces here, and again, we're going to slot them up like so. So it is in our up position because you want to be able to drive with it. And they slide in there pretty nicely. So that's how it looks. You got your computer bay. You got your Stinger driver that's going to be in here. I actually don't think I have a Stinger driver in there because I didn't take him out. But there you go. That is your ground pounder Gridiron review. The grays really match. The blacks are close enough. I think you should be happy with it. All right, so there is the review of your Gridiron. It does stay on fine. Like, you don't have to worry about it coming off. It's not going to come loose. Although all you got to do is kind of lift it up and it comes right off. It is a nice design. All right, I like the way this folds out. I do like the way the stairs look. But I got to be 100% honest. I'm not used to Gridiron having the excess wear that isn't shaven off or sanded down. There's a lot to it, I think, that just kind of needs to be desired. You can really only fit 2 figures inside of this, and you can barely even get one to sit. It actually would fit a O-ring figure way better, so maybe you pick up one of those new O-rings from Super 7. But all in all, that is how it looks. Here is with the M-Pack on it, with the Javelin rocket, and like I said, I will be dropping the video probably in a day or two after you see this for what the howitzer looks like on here. So all in all, make sure you match the wheels if you get it. I will drop at the end of this video a link to me putting together the Stinger with the wheels. So if you are interested in that, you know what to do. But you saw how it looks with the Vamp. It means that the Vamp is coming. They're making one for the Vamp, the APC. There's probably going to be a roof on this. There's probably going to be everything to this. You know how Gridiron is. They go big. I can't say or they go home because they don't seem to ever go home. They're just constantly putting stuff out there. But I am going to get out of here. I've wasted more than enough of your time. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending so much time. If you're still here and you haven't done so yet, please, you like this type of stuff, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, then hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Gridiron video. Now, don't go anywhere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave part of the Stinger and the stuff that I did for the Stinger right here, and down here will be a playlist of all the Gridiron stuff that I've done. Take care.